COSATU's Deputy General Secretary, Phetoe, joins us now for this discussion. A very good evening to you, Mr. Phetoe. Thank you so much for speaking to us. What is the current situation as we speak?
Good evening and good evening to your viewers. Thank you very much for allowing us to update the public in relation to the current status. As you have indicated, workers embarked on the sitting underground for almost about 3 days due to the dispute in relation to the non-payment of a full salary for almost about 2 to 3 months. We must say that we intervene as COSATU with NUMS, working together with NUMSA. We're able to source out the intervention or the facilitation by CCMA, the Department of Labor, and the Department of Mineral Resources. Yesterday, on Friday, very late, at about 9:30 in the evening, we're able to get the workers out of the underground sit-in. About 3 workers were not well, collapsed underground, but that was the reason for us to end up there. It was on the basis that we had managed to source out the intervention of the management, the facilitation from CCMA. We must say we could not be able to reach any consensus with the management in terms of how they are going to pay the workers. We were able to engage with the management, and the management was repeating what they've said to workers, that they don't have money. They've submitted a financial statement to NUMSA and to individual workers in terms of the current situation or status of their finance. We also demanded that maybe let's not talk to the mine manager alone, because we do not think that he's giving us the exact thing, or he has powers to take a decision. We demanded to speak to the directors. We're able to link to the directors at the end. The directors gave a commitment that in the next 2 months they will be able to pay workers, but we're not happy with that arrangement or that commitment in writing. But our members were able to get out, and or workers were able to get out there. We were then demanded to the management that those workers, all of them, were underground, must be taken for a checkup for health at the nearest hospital or clinic. The current status that today the facilitation did take place, led by 2 senior commissions of commissioners of the CCMA. There were some proposal from the side of workers, and there were proposal from management. The matter could not be concluded and is going ahead next week, Thursday, with the view that both sides are going to consult their seniors. Obviously, NUMSA is going to come back and consult workers and come back on Thursday to engage on those proposals that has been put in place. But
so
I must say that
this has obviously been a slow brewing or long brewing problem, if we're saying that miners have not been paid over the past couple of months, or at least only half of their salaries over several months. At the beginning, was there a timeline and a strategy, a credible financial strategy to ensure that workers are not impacted by the mine's financials? Well,
that's what the employers are saying. This matter, according to them, started sometimes months ago. They said to us that we wanted to know what is the cause of all these things. They were making some issues that during the COVID, the number of challenges after COVID, it was problems in terms of issuing out or selling out the production. That mine is a mine that can make a number of resource can be able to make a production. Production can be sold out to make money, to make profit. So the strategy in relation to paying workers was there. What has happened, the mine managers could not be able to explain to us in detail because we raised a number of questions. What led to what the situation we were facing? Because this issue of paying workers 50% of their salaries according to the workers, it started in May this year. And management were continuing to make promise that this year you will get your full price. This month, come the next month, you don't get your full pay. The next month, like for this month, the month of October, they were supposed to go to pay workers a full salary. They did not. So there's no guarantee that come the November salaries, workers are going to get their full salaries. That's why we demanded a disclosure of their financial statement and the facilitation of CCMA so that they are able to get to a conclusion in terms of dealing with these issues. But they also suggested and presented an approach of Section 189 in terms of retrenchment. We said we're not there. What we're talking about is about the outstanding payment of salaries to workers, including the issues of the overtime. The rest of the other issues we'll talk about that issues after we've concluded the engagement or the facilitation by the CCMA.
Mr. Phetoe, are you confident that you are dealing with a mine management in good graces and who are being honest about the situation? Some of these things that the workers seem to be complaining about go as far back as 2008, 2014 as well. If it wasn't just about wages, it was about the conditions, the living conditions, uninhabitable hostels, etc. So it seems that good faith appears to be lacking.
No, definitely you're correct that I'm not confident that we're dealing with people who are honest. Because we had to push that we demand to talk to the directors. We're not trusting what the mine manager was telling us. We asked him question, why are you alone in this meeting, in this spot room? Where are the other people? At the end, after 3.5 hours, we were able to link with the directors. But the directors, obviously, they were briefed. You could hear in the manner that they were raising issues where they were briefed by the mine manager, and then including the issue of them being indicating that they have engaged the general secretary of NUMSA. Sometimes they have applied for IDC. We had to engage with the minister of the Trade and Industry Office to check whether it's true and how far is that application. We're still waiting for that application or that response in terms of how far is the application, if indeed they've made an application to the IDC. So answering your question, from where I stand, I'm not confident that we're dealing with people who are honest.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, and candidly so, COSATU Deputy General Secretary Phetoe.